Let's get a reaction from our guest, Johnny Nelson. Fair result?
Oh, yeah. I think Khan didn't respect Peterson, therefore thought it'd be an easy job, and that's where the problem started. And he just thought he'd have it his own way. Peterson had a game plan, stuck to it. Khan should have been able to box him, keep him long, but he thought he could walk through him, thought it'd be a pushover.
Underestimated him?
Yeah, I think he was probably a bit like us, looking too far ahead, looking at the next fight, underestimating how good Lamont Peterson was. Peterson fought a tactically great fight, backed him up, and even though some of his aggression wasn't effective, it looked good to the judges, and he kept on top and kept forcing him back, and those two critical decisions in round 7 and round 12 lost him the fight. And, you know, he was bitter afterwards and will want a rematch, but this is hugely upsetting for him, and you know, derailed some potentially super fights down the line. So it's a huge knock to him, a huge setback.
Can you understand the bitterness?
I don't sense bitterness. I think he's upset. I think he expected to win. But, you know, Lamont Peterson won it on heart tonight. And when you look at his history and his life and how he lived, it's his heart and his determination and his belief is what carried him through life and got him to where he is today. And it's his heart, determination and belief is what won him the fight. I had it even going into the last round. But the point deduction to me, you know, it was a clear decision. It was Lamont's night.
I think the referee did a good job. I think he did a splendid job from the off. He was fair. He was firm. He said what he saw. He warned Khan time after time after time.
He told him,
do not push.
Agreed. He told him,
I thought it was a spot-on ref.
Stop pushing his head down. Don't do that. And he warned him so many times. And if you actually look at when that happened in the last round, which was the critical round, because the fight was so close and so balanced, got into that. He pushed his head down, and then as he walked in, he hit him with an uppercut. He said,
"Well, let's take you through the action. It was a fast start."
Yeah, well,
from
we thought it was going to be a fast start.
Can I just say something here? What a great fight.
It was an incredible fight.
One of the best fights I've seen for a long time. And I definitely think a rematch will happen in Vegas.
And this is actually...
And I fancy Khan in Vegas, but we'll come back to that.
I fancy Khan next time too. But this is... We thought he was going to get out of the blocks quick, and maybe he should have had 2 knockdowns in the first round, and maybe that extra point would have helped him near the end, and might have settled him a little bit more. But he had him over once, you know, controversially. We certainly had him over then properly at the end of the first round.
It was a speed from Khan that had him over, frustrated him. He didn't know where he was, lost his footing, and that. So we thought, yeah, this is how the pattern of this fight's going to be set. The speed of Khan is going to frustrate Peterson. He'll make a mistake, but Peterson's determination.
Well, he showed that in the third and fourth, didn't he?
He did. He suddenly came into the fight, and we always knew that. I always believed that if he got over the first 3 rounds, he would become a danger man. And then he started chopping, and you know, here we were saying, what is he doing this for? Why is he staying on the ropes? Why is he allowing this guy to take off like that? And I know there was too much bravado. He was shaking his head and saying, "Come on in, you're not hurting me," which of course is a sign that he has been hurt. But you know, it was a terrific, as Stevie said, it was a terrific fight. But it wasn't the proper fight tactically. Look at this sort of stuff here.
What I did was I judged Amir on his fight with Zabjuda, with Maidana, and I'm thinking if this guy performs like that, this will be a shutout inside 4 rounds. But I think as champion, this is probably his worst performance as champion because he made so many mistakes. He was so open.
Say that, John.
But that's my opinion. That's just my opinion.
No, I think he performed pretty well.
Terrific fight.
I think Khan showed a lot tonight. I think Khan showed a lot more. I think he performed very well tonight, but I don't think his performance is down to the fact that Lamont didn't let him perform as well as he could. He smothered him, he roughed him up, he crowded him, he gave him a lot of angles. He upset him. He didn't let him get into a groove. Khan to me showed a lot tonight. He showed strength, he showed determination, he showed heart.
Khan is better than what we saw, Steve.
Well, he's not
better than what we saw. He was only allowed to fight as good as the opponent let him. Lamont tonight fought out of his shell.
Let's not take away
he surprised us all. And the heart and determination he showed tonight, no disrespect, he deserved the win. He really can. And he made the fight. And Amir Khan in the last round got a point deducted. He could have got it, maybe he didn't get it. But the fact is he didn't win tonight. And I think what a great rematch we have. And this will sell out in Vegas. This was a better fight. It was a better fight than we all anticipated.
I think the point that Johnny's making is that tactically he could have fought 10 times better.
Yeah, exactly.
He showed too much bravado. He wanted to have a fight with the guy. He wanted to show that he's tough. He's got stronger. And you know, he walked into punches. You know, we've seen flashes of brilliance, but not enough. I mean, this is what he should have been doing the whole way through the fight.
You know what? You both said if they fight each other again, Khan wins. So that means he could have boxed better. At times we saw him box so well through this fight. But you're right, tactics were wrong, attitude was wrong. At times when he was letting the shots go, he just outshone, outspeed, everything was just far too superior to Peterson. But then again, it was bravado, and that's when he let Peterson back into the fight again.
Peterson was getting back in later rounds.
Yeah, I mean, every time Khan seemed to have a good round, the next round he would exchange with him. He'd back to the ropes and say, come on, you can't hurt me. You know, all this sort of stuff, talking to him, backing up those. What is he doing? That's not his game. Get your back off the ropes, get the fight in the centre of the ring. This is where he got warned, and dropped a point. And, he'd been told 10 times, stop pushing his head down, stop it. And then the next round where he should have been winning it clearly, look what he's doing here. He's backing into the corner and, he's saying, you're not hurting me, son. When we knew that he was being hurt.
What we've done is we're dissecting how he performed. Because we have seen him perform so much better. Again, we'll not take anything away from Peterson, because Peterson did what Peterson does. That's the best I've ever seen Peterson box. And he beat a guy that's WBA and an IBF champion. So you've got to give this man credit. I just think Khan just let himself down.
Well, I mean, again, we're taking away from Lamont Peterson.
Khan didn't let himself down. Lamont looked tired. We agreed after the 4th round Lamont was tired. He seemed to have spent his energy, but he came back to his corner and he dug down deep. And on heart and determination and will to win, Lamont dragged it up from the floor and made the fight. I mean, Amir Khan done all he could do, but Lamont just came back. Lamont, to me, won the fight. He won the fight on heart and determination. Amir Khan will approach the fight different next time, like the second Roberto Duran Leonard fight. He'll use his skill and speed, and
he's going to take that as an example. He backed him up, he worked him out, he pushed him. He realised he was switching off when he went back to the ropes. He just overwhelmed him with punches. He kept on top of him, and you got to give it to this guy, from pure heart and determination. And he was exhausted from early on. Barry Hunter done a brilliant job. He said, just keep throwing punches with this guy. Do you want to win here? Do you want to be world champion?
Okay, look how he comes back. Round 9 through to round 11. He's showing speed at this point of the fight. And then, you're right, he'd switch off. And he'd let Peterson get back in again, then off on his feet again. Nice fast hands, bringing the uppercuts in, making him walk onto the shots, showing determination. I believe Khan wasn't as hungry as Peterson, like we said. But you know what? A lot was at stake for this boy tonight. And he let it go.
I don't think we can say that he wasn't hungry. I think he genuinely wanted to win, and he wanted to win impressively. It's almost like he wanted to win too much, because he wanted to have a fight with the guy. He wanted to look impressive. He didn't need to be as macho. He should have used his boxing ability more.
Well, the apple cart's been upset, and we want to call this capital punishment for Golden Boy Promotions, because he had the whole thing planned out after Amir Khan's win tonight, and the apple cart's been upset. And the way to rectify this is to have a rematch, and this will be a Vegas rematch, because it's a big fight. If it follows on from the one we had tonight, I look forward to it.
Round 12 was
lost in the fight.
The crunch round.
Round 12 lost him the fight.
Lost his title.
Yeah, he lost him his title. I'd have had it in...
did he win round 12 though?
Depends how you look at the fight. I had it a draw up to this point.
Going into the 12th round I had it even, but take the point deduction away. Did Amir Khan win the 12th round? I don't think he won the 12th round clear enough. So to me, even without the point deduction, it could have ended up a draw, and he may not have won it.
The point I'm talking about.
The point deduction, yes, he hits him as the referee stepping in.
He walking, and the referee thought he annoyed the referee.
He was pushing it, and then that was the last. That was the hair that broke the camel. The straw that broke the camel's back.
The camel's back, absolutely.
Yeah. Splitting the hair.
Well, listen, the bottom line is it was an absolutely riveting fight from start to finish, and we'd like to see it again.
Oh yeah, what a great rematch. I'd not go with the Vegas fight, because I'm not guaranteed a good fight, but if this takes place in Vegas, I'm going out. Whether you fly me out at your expense,
I'm sure we can arrange
I'll be out there anyway.
I'm a massive fan of Amir Khan, and I wanted him to win so much, and I don't know how those guys are
how
feeling.
How much damage has this done to the career of Amir Khan? Every time he's in a fight, you want to see it there.
It's done no damage to him. It's a great performance. It's done no damage to Amir Khan. It's done no damage at all. He's been involved in a great fight, and that's what you're remembered for, is great fights.
Here's what we got to ask ourselves. Did he show determination? Did he show heart? Did he show that he could take a good shot? Did he show he could fight on the inside? Did he come back and fight with terrific, strength and ambition. Yes, he just didn't get the tactics right, and he didn't box clever enough, but he can do it again next time. Does it knock the fight back with the potential Mayweather fight?
Nah.
Of course it does. And, I mean, you know, anybody watching that fight will say, well, Victor Ortiz drew with him and Timothy Bradley beat him.
How soon do you get Khan back in the ring after a battle like that, Johnny?
But you know what? Let him have a rest. Get him in ASAP. They want to start talking dates right now. Don't let Peterson go and have another fight elsewhere. Get dates right now. Look at April time or something like. Get him back in again.
I can guarantee you, Amir Khan wants the rematch tomorrow.
Lennox Lewis did it.
You can tell by his expression he wants a rematch tomorrow. He's not happy with what happened, and he wants a rematch because he wants to get into the big time. But you know, after Medina and after Zab Judah, Khan proved himself as something special, and tonight he quietened a lot more critics with his performance tonight. Although it wasn't a win, I think his performance tonight, you know, made him an even better fighter than people believed, and definitely more popular in America. There's
lots to look forward to. The year culminates in style with the Super 6 final, and it dominates the Boxing Week here on Sky Sports. On Monday, we'll look at Andre Ward's path to the semi-finals. That's 6 o'clock, Sky Sports HD1. Tuesday, we check out Carl Froch's journey, highlighting that cracker with Mikkel Kessler and the masterclass against Arthur Abraham. Then on Wednesday, we look back at the tournament semi-finals. That's 5:30, Sky Sports HD1. And make sure you join us for our regular ringside on Thursday. All the news from our big team on the East Coast. That's 6 o'clock, Sky Sports HD1. And on Friday, the final countdown, excitement building on the boardwalk, 5:30, Sky Sports HD2. And then from midnight on Saturday, the final itself, Carl Froch versus Andre Ward, live and exclusive from Atlantic City. Sheffield star Kell Brook making his US debut on the bill too. Some week ahead on Sky Sports HD1. It's going to be very, very special, isn't it? My thanks to Johnny, to Barry and Steve. That's all we've got time for as Khan loses a ding-dong in DC.
Watch all 5 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online with Sky Go.